Senator Grassley.
First of all, thank you. I have asked HH secretaries in the past to fully utilize the Rural Community Hospital Demonstration Program under Medicare. The program has been underutilized. In May, the CMS filled the open slots. Thanks to your agency's work, there's been 10 more rural hospitals in the program. It's important that the federal government uses every tool possible to help rural hospitals, and thank you for making that possible. Now to my questions. Back in January, during your confirmation hearing, you told me that you agreed to leave farming regulations to the Department of Agriculture and EPA. Do you think that any comments you have made since your confirmation on topics dealing with agriculture are consistent with what you said in January, that USDA and EPA ought to be regulating farming, and that the Department of Health and Human Services should not seek to regulate farms, the tools they use, or the markets that they sell into?
Yes, Senator, we are working very, very closely with Brooke Rollins and with the agricultural community. We've met with over 140 farm interests over the past 3 months to incorporate them to make sure that the MAHA agenda is consistent with their agenda. We are producing the best food in America, that we're protecting our soils and our soil microbiome, and that we're protecting all kinds of farmers, including those who want to transition to regenerative agriculture. We're consulting every stakeholder in the farm community in everything that we do.
I just raised the question because farmers in my state have been concerned about some of the things you're saying.
Senator, I can't hear you.
I'm sorry. Some of the farmers in my state have been raising questions about some of the things that they think you said, whether it was out of context or not. I just thought I'd raise this question so that you would keep by what you told us back in January at your confirmation hearing. Now, Senator Durbin and I have a bipartisan bill that requires price disclosures on TV ads. Price transparency is important in drug advertisement. I know that President Trump, Vice President Vance, and you are all supportive of this effort. When can I expect action from this administration on requiring drug companies to publish the price of drugs in their TV ads? And just in case you would tell me that you don't think you have that authority, can you help Senator Durbin and I on our bill so that we can ensure that you have legal authority to require price disclosure?
Senator, I think it would be good for us to talk about this offline. We are working on this in our agency, and I'm happy to give you the details of what we're doing.
Okay. I got a question here on transplant. Senator Kennedy and I have been working, or Senator Wyden and I have been working on this. For nearly 2 decades, I've engaged in a bipartisan oversight of the organ transplant system. HRSA has developed a tool to combat transplant line skipping. I hope that you can take steps to make sure that these steps are being taken by HHS and HRSA to curb transplant line skipping. On July the 2nd, Senator Wyden and I wrote you a letter highlighting cases of OPOs in Mississippi and Kentucky. In each of these cases, OPO allegedly tried to harvest organs from patients still showing signs of life. I expect you to take steps through these organizations to ensure that this doesn't happen again.
We have mounted a major investigation of misconduct, of illegal behavior, of organ harvesting, of living people, of line skipping, of favoritism, of all kinds of scandalous behavior inside the organ procurement organizations. We have already ended the contract, terminated the contract to the sole source provider. We are reorganizing the entire industry so that this can never happen again. I'm happy to go into the details with you if I had more time.
Thank you, Senator Cornyn.